The Doctor Is In is a co-production of Ave Maria Radio and EWTN Radio and carried across the EWTN Global Catholic Radio Network.
I need you to knock some sense into me. I'm sure you can.
Yeah, I don't know.
I enjoy listening to you. I don't always agree with everything.
All right. Enough of this persiflage.
So, you want my question?
I'm certainly not going to get myself in trouble by telling you what to do.
That makes great sense. Gosh, that's good.
Did I overwhelm you with words and wisdom?
I've got 7 kids. I feel like I could call you every day.
Wait, you're telling me I'm wrong? Disconnect.
Yes, I am, Dr. Ray.
You just need to tune in to Dr. Ray, honey. He's got all the answers.
Am I right or am I right?
Probably.
Now, from the studios of Living Bread Radio Network in Canton, Ohio, the hometown of Mother Angelica, here's Dr. Ray.
That's kind of uppity. It's got all the answers. Out of all the answers. Last tally was 97.26% of the answers. But there's always room for improvement. And I am not in Canton, Ohio. I am sitting here to my right, looking at a bevy, a boatload, a bunch, a plethora of government buildings, all kinds of them. And not too far off from this window is the Capitol Dome. I'm sitting in Washington, D.C., in the studios of EWTN News. Wonderful to be here. I am with WMET 1160, Guadalupe Radio affiliate. Very privileged to get a chance to be here because tonight we will be, God willing, at the Heritage Hall on the Catholic University of America campus, taping 2 shows of Living Right with Dr. Ray, season number 15, the EWTN television program. If you'd like to go, you can still go. I mean, we've got a lot of folks coming, but there's room. It's a big place. Heritage Hall, I think it's on the sign-up sheet. If you go to drray.com, drray.com, it'll take you straight to the sign-up sheet link. There's a link there. It'll take you straight to signing up if you wish to attend the program tonight and tomorrow night. There's 2 tonight, 2 tomorrow night. Love to have you. So give it a shot. We're still taking folks. Now, the number for this program is 877-573-7825. The program, as always, same name. The Doctor Is In. That name was given by Jerry Usher, who is now in seminary because he was part of Take Two with Jerry and Debbie. He's in seminary now. Jerry was a heck of a basketball player. I remember years ago, went out to Catholic Answers, and he could definitely handle a basketball. Of course, that was 30-some years ago, so he was in his 30s. So, the Doctor is in, taking your calls, wanting to hear from you. Stuff of life, people, places, things, rock, paper, scissors, stuff that befuddles you or doesn't befuddle you. You're thinking, I think I've got a pretty good handle on this. Dr. Ray, what do you think? Now, I'm not going to diagnose anybody. I'm not going to do therapy. Certainly not going to step into the turf of any other therapist. But we can talk. We can educate, give some ideas. Obviously, I can just drop a nugget or 2 on you, assuming I even can think of one. And you might find it useful. You might decide, yeah, if that's all that dude has to offer, I feel pretty good about myself. So 877-57-EQUAL is the number to call. Your calls make the program. Without you, the doctor wouldn't be in. The doctor would be gone from this radio program, one that I've had the privilege to be on for some 20-plus years. 877-57-EQUAL. You'll get into the studio of Ave Maria, and then it'll come over here. WMET, 1160 AM, Guadalupe Radio affiliate, 50,000-watt powerhouse. So I don't have to talk anywhere near as loud because you got 50,000 watts. I'm looking at the Capitol, and fortunately, I got some flights next week. We'll see how that goes. But at this point, looks like they're going to revamp things and get them back in governmental movement. Is that an oxymoron? Governmental movement? I don't know. There are situations in families especially, particularly across generations, where the parent or the adult child, and my wife says don't use the word adult child. I don't know how else to describe it. Young adult, because a lot of times they're not adults. They're not young adults. They're 40, 50 years old. Where one or both have had a friction-filled, ultimately estranged relationship. My experience has been, and that this may be a selective factor because of this radio program and who listens, my experience has been more often than not, it is the adult child who either severs the relationship with the parent or is estranged or it is tension-filled. Either way, it's just not very good at all if it exists. In that scenario, an apology is often demanded. Let us say that the young adult says the parent did something or believes something or thinks something that the young adult child did not like and retreated from them. They want an apology. They want an apology from the parent, the offender, because they're offended. They're aggrieved. And until they get said apology, there's no movement. There's no connection in the relationship. Now what? It's an impasse. The parent thinks, I didn't do anything wrong. There is nothing for me to apologize for. I didn't say anything offensive. They took it offensive, but I didn't say anything offensive. They misinterpreted me, or they're intolerant. Whatever it is, legitimately, I don't need to apologize. So here's the question. What if you did? They want an apology. You think that there's no reason for that. Nevertheless, you apologize. You say something like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that, but I could see how you'd be upset by it, so I'm sorry for A, B, C, D, E, F, G, whatever it is. Whatever they're complaining about, you tell them you're sorry for it. Now, given that, if you don't apologize, you ask yourself why. Is it pride? I'm not going to lower myself to do something like that. I'm being emotionally bullied. No, you're not. What you're doing is you're weighing this. You're saying the relationship or some chance to soften it a little, if it depends upon me apologizing. And it's not always parent to child, child to parent. A lot of times it's friend to friend. I get a lot of calls in this program. I get these things in my office where what was formerly thought to be a reasonably solid friendship is now estranged because the friend said, you did X, you owe me an apology. And you're thinking, no, I don't. First of all, I didn't do X. That's your misunderstanding. But the friend is locked into this. No apology means you really don't care about this friendship. What if you apologized anyway? What if you apologized for something you didn't do? Is that a problem? if you say to yourself, that isn't something I need to do. You're right. It isn't something you need to do. You're weighing it. You're saying, is the relationship important enough for me to humbly, graciously, and to the degree I can muster up sincerity, say, I'm sorry. And don't be a weasel. Don't say, well, I'm really sorry that you took it that way. I'm sorry for your misinterpretation. Or, well, I did that, but it was because you initially said, no. And as I stare out this window at the Capitol building, I am reminded of political apologies. Mistakes were made. Don't do that. Just apologize. No excuses, no justifications, no qualifications. Just apologize. But Dr. Ray, why? Well, that's the question you have to ask yourself. Why? Okay. But if it's rejected, then what do I do? If it is rejected, you have done your part. You have gone over and above relationship duty. You have tried. You can be at peace. You can say to yourself, I did what I could do to try to repair and mend the connection. If the other person doesn't accept it, now, and that happens a lot, too. Many times people will say, I've apologized 5 times. Every one of them got rebuffed. Well, the law of diminishing returns says if apology number 1 isn't accepted, apology number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 probably won't be either. So you can live at peace. You can say, I did what I could to make it better. You have no control over how the other person is going to receive it. You have no control over whether it's accepted or rejected. But you did your part. I have to take a break. I'm sorry. Not doing anything wrong by taking a break. I'm supposed to. It's part of the radio program.
This program is brought to you by the following nonprofit underwriter.
Are you longing to hear God's voice? Lord, Teach Me to Pray, the free Ignatian prayer series will open your heart to His voice, to the peace you are seeking and the only love that fulfills the human heart, Jesus. God is calling you to true joy, knowing Jesus personally. Lord, Teach Me to Pray is free. Go to LordTeachMeToPray.com, click on the red box, order the Lord, Teach Me to Pray series now. Go to LordTeachMeToPray.com.
CMF Curo is a Catholic healthcare ministry providing families nationwide with a better solution centered around whole health, spirit, mind, and body. Our members share their medical burdens within a faith-filled community. At CMF Curo, our members have access to a spiritual director, concierge services, and other health and spiritual resources. Find out if CMF Curo is a better solution for your family. Visit mycatholichealthcare.com. That's mycatholichealthcare.com.
Hello, Steve Ray here from Footprints of God Pilgrimages. The land of our Lord and Our Lady is calling us. We're heading back to the Holy Land over Christmas break this year. We have the best, most reliable guides and services awaiting us. The holy sites are open, and the local Christians are anxious to see us. Galilee, Jerusalem, Nazareth, Bethlehem. No crowds, no lines. Hope you can join us.
Find the Ave Maria Radio travel tab at AveMariaRadio.net. Do you own popular index mutual funds or ETFs? If so, you're automatically own shares of companies that conflict with your moral beliefs. Ave Maria mutual funds are managed to conform to pro-life and pro-family values. Long-term investors can invest in the no-load Ave Maria mutual funds. The experienced professional portfolio managers make decisions based on investment fundamentals and pro-life values. You can learn more about Ave Maria mutual funds today at 866 Ave Maria or visit AveMariaFunds.com.
Thank you for joining me here on The Doctor Is In, Monday through Friday, 1 o'clock Eastern Time, co-production EWTN Global Catholic Radio Network, and Ave Maria Radio Communications. I am sitting here in the studios of WMET AM 1160, Guadalupe Radio affiliate here in Washington, D.C. And this studio is comfortably ensconced in the EWTN news floor, which is a wonderful setting. It's great to look out the window, see all the Washington stuff. Now, at this point, for whatever the reason, I'm not sure, but we have lines open, a lot of lines open. So if you'd like to call in, there's a pretty good chance you will immediately get taken, not taken advantage of, answered. But I suspect what's happening, and maybe because I'm in D.C., I suspect that they have shut down my calls. And so I'm hoping they can agree to let my calls through. 877-57-EQUAL is the number to call to get onto the program. 877-573-7825. You will come across the mellifluous voice of Eric Dumont. He will say, the doctor is in. What is your question? Or it can be a comment. Doesn't have to always be a question. It can be a comment. It can be a piggyback on a previous call. People do that a lot. They'll say, I had that situation in my life. Here's how I handled it. 877-57-EQUAL. We really don't go on too long without calls. So right now it's very quiet. I can talk. I can talk the whole hour. But I'd rather talk to you. I don't know if I could do a dissertation on the reasons why people don't apologize, when an apology would help heal the relationship. And I'm not talking about apologies that are warranted. I'm talking about apologies that somebody else wants, and you think it's not necessary. You think you didn't do it. You didn't say it. They misunderstood it. They're overreacting. They're being ridiculous. They do the same thing to you times 5. There's all kinds of justifications for why we won't. One of the big ones is, well, I feel like a doormat. I feel like, what do I got to put my hat in my hand, go to them, and very humbly say, oh, I'm so sorry. I hope you'll forgive me. I had a situation like that once. Okay, calls are coming in now. That's understandably. That's good. I had a situation like that once where in fact, somebody was really upset at me. And I'm thinking to myself, I didn't do it. I did. There's no way that I said that, or that, in fact, it could be interpreted that way. So I thought about it. And I said, well, I could dig my heels in, not say nothing. Not say nothing. Double negative. Or I could simply go to them and say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that. And see what happens. See what happens. Don't let pride stop you. Julie's got an interesting take on this. Hi, Julie.
Hey, Dr. Ray. Hi, Dr. Ray.
Thank you for the call, my dear.
Uh-oh.
What?
How are you? Yes, I was listening to your show, and I was like, oh, my gosh, this is a topic that I experience every single day in marriage. And I had my question to you, so much so, like, that my son, who's 10, was listening to the show with you, because today's a sick day, I guess, from school. And he's like, Daddy does that. And I'm like, oh, boy. I do stuff, too. Don't get me wrong. There's two sides. But my question to you, Dr. Ray, is how do you like combat that with the person who says they love you, but then knows you're hurting and then gives you some shenanigans of an apology? Like, how can you combat that so there's not so much resentment and hurt feelings?
You think the apology's not legit, right, Julie?
Correct.
I'm just doing this to shut you up, right? I'm just doing this to shut you up. If you want an apology, okay, I'll give you an apology. There, shut up.
That, or it's, I don't think I remember it differently. I don't think I need to do it that way. I don't think I need to apologize. I don't want to lie to you. That's the stuff I hear.
Ouch.
I know.
I would say this is, you can't make another person apologize. However, you can make yourself be less frustrated if you look at it differently. For example, is it safe to say, Julie, that you think your spouse doesn't apologize because he thinks he's always right? He thinks he's superior.
I think we're guilty of that, yeah.
Okay.
In marriage.
I think the more accurate way to look at that is when someone either refuses to apologize consistently or simply goes through the motions because get off my back. So here, I'm sorry. Okay, satisfied?
Right.
That is more likely coming from insecurity. When somebody doesn't apologize, it's not because I think I'm better than you. It's because they're worried about what it means. Am I a doofus? Am I inefficient? Am I deficient? Am I negative? That's what happens. It takes great self-confidence to apologize, not only when it's due, but when it's not due. And if somebody can't do that, you have to wonder what is blocking them. Is it insecurity? Is it, if I apologize, she'll think she's right? If I apologize, I'll be looking like I'm the doofus wrong one. Whatever it is. An apology is just an apology for what I did at that time to you. That's what it is. That's all it is. It's nothing else. It's not, I'm ineffective, I'm a doofus, I'm less than you. It's not any of that. But see, when people interpret it that way, Julie, including spouses, they're much less likely to do it. So try this.
It should be, I care about your feelings and I'm sorry. That's what it should be.
Well, it should. But remember this. If you say the fact that he doesn't apologize means he doesn't care about me or my feelings, that can make you bitter.
That has made me bitter.
Well, you cling to that one. I think it's better to interpret it as, I don't know why he doesn't apologize, or I don't know why he gives me these flimsy apologies meant to shut me up. I don't know. However, it's possible. It isn't that he doesn't love me. It's that he can't do it because he doesn't have enough self-confidence to do it.
Never thought about it that way, Dr. Ray.
It'll keep you at least from getting so frustrated. It's one thing not to get apologies, but it's quite another to interpret them as the fact that I don't get one means he doesn't care about me. Now, that'll really, really upset you.
That's true.
So you got to watch doing that, my dear. And even if you say,
Thank you.
But Dr. Ray, I think that's the way it is. Well, let's alter that thinking. What do you got to lose, sweetheart? Right?
Not much.
So if you do not understand me, I'm sorry. I just want to say I'm sorry.
Yes, I totally understand you and I agree with you. I like that perspective.
Thank you, Julie. God bless you, dear. Bye. All right, I'm looking at this clock here. We got the calls coming in. Isn't it amazing? You people are amazing. Oh, good, Ray. Mr. Articulation and stuff. All I have to say is, hey, got lines open. And then everybody calls in. That's okay. Those of you waiting patiently, I'm going to get to you. So don't run away just because I'm in Washington, D.C. 877-573-7825. Now, I'm looking at this clock here in this studio, which tells me, according to this clock, I should have taken a break 20 seconds ago. I'm not hearing any clocks wrong. There it is. So this thing is off by, looks like 30 seconds. Oh, I get a free 30 seconds. This is Dr. Ray.
Living the Beatitudes with Father Bjorn.
Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. If you're on a football team, you don't want to just run up and down the field holding the ball and never cross into the end zone and get a touchdown. We want to reach our goal, but there are a lot of obstacles, discouragement, and challenges along the way. Jesus' voice is the one calling us to say yes to him, to live the life that he is calling us to live. We have to choose one way or the other, choose him or not. But if we choose him, we will be opposed. We're going to have people challenge what we believe or call us crazy. But Jesus doesn't just say, come follow me, to follow a beatitude. He's calling us to be like himself. He is the Beatitudes. He doesn't just say, do what I say. He says, come follow me. He's with us every step of the way, transforming our weakness into strength. Blessed are those who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven.
For more about the Beatitudes, visit EWTNRC.com.
Where is prayer revealed in the Bible? The Catholic Catechism says it comes between the fall and the restoration of man, between God's sorrowful call to our first parents, "Where are you? What have you done?" and the coming of his only Son into the world. "Lo, I have come to do your will," says the Lord. Prayer is intertwined with human history. Beginning with Abraham, the Catechism asserts, prayer is first revealed in the Old Testament. God calls Abraham in old age to leave Haran and travel to the land of Canaan, and Abraham, in faith, leaves the land of his ancestors. Then Abraham extends generous hospitality during a remarkable encounter with God, which foreshadows the annunciation of Christ, the Son of the promise. Finally, Abraham offers his only son Isaac in sacrifice, and God, who will not spare his only son, spares Abraham's. This is Peggy Stanton, and this has been the Order of Malta's Minute with the Catechism.
Another invitation. We will be at the Catholic University of America tonight, 5:30 and 7:15. We'll be taping Living Right with Dr. Ray, a TV show for EWTN. If you'd like to be part of the audience, you still got time. Go to drray.com, drray.com, and it'll give you a link to go over to the university's sign-up website. It'll be right there. I think it's pretty simple. I'll tell you where. I think it's the Heritage Hall. Pretty easy to find. So, and we'll wait for you. So, give you that. All right, let's get to some of these calls here. Ann from Temple, Texas. You have to take people who are from religious-sounding cities. Hi, Ann.
Hey, this got to be a blessing in disguise. I'm a Iraq War vet, and it's Veterans Day, and I've been thinking about calling into your show. I just didn't know what the right time, the right topics, and today is that topic. And now I'm here.
And any time is the right time to call me. So go ahead, my dear.
Yes. So I'm 56 years old. My mom came from Eastern Europe. She was in one of those DP camps, came to the States in the 50s. You know, we had and it's about forgiveness. You know, parents worked hard. They put food on the table. My mom was abusive to me. And physically, and I was kind of treated different than my brother. And now, fast forward to now, you know, she still makes hurtful comments, and she's never apologized for that abuse. And, you know, I've kept her in my life, and, you know, it hurts. And I told her, you know, it would help me out, Mom, if you just said I'm sorry, you know. And I mean, we all played a role in our family dysfunction, but you know, I know this over the radio show. I don't want to take too much time, but
Ann, I have two questions.
Yeah.
First is, how many times did you tell your mom over the years? Would help me if you said you're sorry. And how many times did you think, I wish she'd say I'm sorry because it would help me?
Sir, Doc? Many times in a letter, so it wouldn't come across as, you know, being mean or that. Many times, from 20 years ago to even last month.
And you're extrapolating from this, and you're thinking she must not really care enough about me because it means so much to me, and she still won't do it.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
So you're taking it personal.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you said your mom was in DP camp. What was that? What is that?
Yeah. Oh, that's after World War II. Her parents, my grandma and grandpa, were in Hitler's labor camps. They were not Jewish; they were ethnic Poles. Were Polish Catholic, and she was born in a displaced peoples camp in 1947 after the war, and they couldn't leave those displaced peoples camps for a few years. People were unhealthy; they had to wait till their number, came up. And so, because you had 8 million people that were freed from those camps after World War II, and my mom was born in a displaced people's camp over there, so she might have seen.
Do you realize, my dear, what that probably did to shape your mother?
Not a whole lot, but.
What do you mean not a whole lot? Her parents were in there, the people who were involved in instructing her. I'll bet if she came out and told you what her childhood was like, you'd go, oh, man.
She said it was fine, but I don't believe it.
Right, I don't either.
And they don't talk about this, so we don't talk about what happened over there.
Exactly. So what I'm saying is, I have a chapter in a book that I wrote recently called How to Get Along with Almost Everybody. And one of the points I make in that chapter is when you know what somebody's history was like, it at least softens you toward them, because the stuff that they're doing that you think is hurtful or nasty or self-absorbed or whatever, you sort of understand it. I'm not making excuses for it, and I'm not saying it's right. I'm simply saying your mom probably, if you knew some of the scrap she dealt with, and her own parents may not be the greatest parents in the world to her either, you'd probably look at her and say, I get it. She really doesn't know how, nor does she want to have a warm relationship with me, and I'm 56. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to treat her right, independently of how she treats me.
I've been doing that.
And you were in Iraq. That was tough over there. You telling me your mom's tougher than Iraq?
No, I don't think so.
Right, I don't either. See, what you're doing is making you miserable. She knows I'd love an apology. She knows I would want her to treat me better, and she still won't. That must mean she has no love in her heart for me. That's what you're doing. I'll reinterpret that for you. It just simply may be that your mother, for whatever the reasons, I think one of which paramount would be the way she was growing up and her life experiences, kind of damaged her in terms of being able to be fair to you. Well, she's nice to the other kids, not to me. Well, okay, I don't know what it is about your personality that she can't handle, but for whatever the reason, maybe if you just look at her, I don't want to say as damaged goods, I have no idea, but if you look at her that way, it won't sting as much, and I would really give up asking for the apology and thinking of it. Okay. I'd lay it aside, dear. You're just making yourself miserable.
I just thought it's a couple words and it doesn't cost money. But
it's a couple words that has heavy emotional weight to it. Those words are the heaviest words, pretty much, in the English language.
Well, I appreciate it. I go forth loving her. I can't have the relationship where we talk every other week.
No, you can't, and that's understandable. What you're really saying is, that's not how a mom should be. I should have a better mom. Well, sweetheart, you don't. And you're 56. You gonna keep stressing out on this till you're 86?
No, I don't want to.
Good, then don't. I know that sounds dumb, doesn't it? He just said don't. Yeah, that's right. Don't.
No, sir, Doc, you make sense, because I'm in counseling, and it's, the stress and worrying about if I'm going to get a apology or not, can do numbers on your stomach. And
I would think your counselor would tell you to give up on the demand for an apology.
She has.
Oh, you don't listen to her either. Okay. Well, God bless you, dear. I got to run. I'm going to bounce up against the break here. Thanks, Ann.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye-bye.
Don't wait so long to call next time. Jeez.
No, I won't. Bye-bye.
There you go. You know, when somebody's 56 and they say they were an Iraq war veteran, when I was younger, somebody 56 was a Vietnam War veteran. And in terms of World War II veteran, those guys and girls are pretty much all gone. There's just a handful left. Going to get to you. Thank you for your patience. From Dr. Ray.
Looking for a more peaceful family by Christmas? Join Dr. Greg and Lisa Popchak for a free live webinar, Have a More Peaceful Family by Christmas. It's Thursday, November 13th from 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Discover practical ways to reclaim Advent with purpose, prayer, and joy. Don't let Advent slip by in stress and distraction. Join the Popchaks and turn this season into a sacred success story. Register now at AveMariaRadio.net and make this Advent your most intentional yet.
Christ is the answer with Father John Riccardo.
We just did our parish mission a couple weeks ago now, and I suggested that in the course of the mission that we do something like a little mini spiritual assessment of our lives. I don't have to show this to anybody, but a great chance for us just with real honesty, just between us and Jesus, ask ourselves some questions. First question, given the fact that half of Catholics don't think God is even personal, would be to ask ourselves that. Do I think God is personal? And then to ask myself, do I think a relationship with Jesus is possible? Do I have a relationship with Jesus? And if so, what's it look like? And then perhaps a little bit more awkwardly or painfully, to ask Jesus from his perspective, what's the friendship that we have with him look like? How would he describe our friendship with him? That might be a hard conversation to have.
The wisdom of Mother Angelica.
I told him about the woman who came to me and said her two children hadn't spoken to each other for 2 years. Their grandma died, and she was very wealthy. She left half to each one. She said they're arguing over a commode. She said it's inlaid. Can you imagine being in hell and somebody saying to you, what are you here for?
EWTN. Live truth. Live Catholic.
The apologetic bear on this one. Everybody's calling in with stuff about apologies and situations. And some of them pretty heavy there. Whoa, boy, oh boy, oh boy. Let's just quickly shift off the apology because Judy's from New York. She's calling. She's got some problems with a sister who, in the words of the country song, you can feel bad if it makes you feel better. Hi, Judy.
That's hysterical. I don't know that song.
It's a great song.
Wow, it is. It's a great saying. And blessed Veterans Day to Anne, and definitely blessed evening and visit to D.C. for you. You're going to have quite a group there.
I guess so. And we were thinking it was kind of thin, but at the last minute there, the numbers jumped. So you got a sister who just complains and whines and is unhappy and life stinks.
Yeah, you know what? It got so bad we can't go to my mother's anymore because we fight too much. It makes everybody else crazy.
Why do you fight with her? Why don't you just let her wallow in her misery?
Oh, Dr. Phil. Oh, my gosh, Dr. Ray.
You're trying to fix her.
Yes. She's my younger sister, probably.
How old is she?
Oh, early 60s. How am I, 63 now? 62. She'd be 62.
Well, do you think after 62 years of rehearsing misery that she'd say, "You know, Judy, you are so right. I haven't thought about it that way before. Thank you. Thank you so much for correcting me. I have a lot to be grateful for. And this misery is turning people off." That's like sinking a putt from here to Jupiter, Judy.
It's like sinking the pot, though, Dr. Ray.
How come you don't give it up?
I'm going to. I promise you, Dr. Ray. And I'm sorry I couldn't be in D.C. these few days, but we had terrible cold and snowy weather up here, so we just couldn't make it to D.C. the way we hoped.
Oh, come on, Judy. A blizzard with treacherous roads is an excuse for not coming to my program? Jeez. My dear.
I don't know the campus at all, so I don't know what I'm up against down there.
Your sister is who she is, and for whatever the reason, if she's anything like you're describing, she's discontent with life. And you keep trying to get her to appreciate what she has, and all you do is make her mad, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so I got a question for you. And this is said in love. Are you as stubborn as your sister?
Probably.
You know why I said
more.
that? Because you know why I said that? Because on one hand, she won't stop complaining. She's miserable. But on the other hand, you won't stop trying to correct her. So
stop making me laugh, Dr. Ray.
I think, honey, but plus you owe it to your mom. Go to your mom and say, "Hey, Ma, it's me. I'm not going to try to correct her anymore. That just makes it ugly, and people don't like being around us. I don't want to do that. And Mom, I'm going to commit to you. If she complains, that's her business. Let the other people correct her. I ain't saying a word."
It's funny you should mention my mom, Dr. Ray, because when you were talking to Ann, I thought, I got to tell her, wait till you get a mom that wants 2 calls a day. That's me. And it makes you nuts. And your husband.
I would think.
I
would wonder
what you wish for.
Well, what she wants, 2 calls a day. You don't have to do 2 calls a day. That has nothing to do with honor thy father or thy mother. It has to do with for whatever the reason, she's being intrusive. And if it affects your marriage, then you pretty much would be wise to say, "Mom, I can't talk right now. Call me tomorrow." But you won't do it because you feel guilty. You won't do it because you feel guilty.
No, I'm going to try it tonight.
Well, she's going to be upset. Just know that. All right?
All right.
All righty,
I'll
dear.
blame you.
Yeah, heck yeah. Tell her Roy Ganudi, that dude there. Thanks, Judy.
Oh, Dr. Ray, blessed visit to D.C. Have wonderful at Catholic University.
Thank you, dear. Thank you. All right, Andrew, I can look at this clock here, and I probably should take a break so I can get those last calls in. What do you think? Okay, I can take a break. I would give out the number, but I want to get to the folks still patiently waiting and even more coming in, so I feel terrible when that happens. This is Dr. Ray.
Do you own popular index mutual funds or ETFs? If so, you're automatically own shares of companies that conflict with your moral beliefs. Ave Maria mutual funds are managed to conform to pro-life and pro-family values. Long-term investors can invest in the no-load Ave Maria mutual funds. The experienced professional portfolio managers make decisions based on investment fundamentals and pro-life values. You can learn more about Ave Maria mutual funds today at 866-AVE-MARIA or visit AveMariaFunds.com.
In her diary, St. Faustina wrote, "If only I had a spiritual director from the beginning, I would not have wasted so many of God's graces. If even the saints needed spiritual guidance, how much more do we?" The nonprofit Revive app lets you meet virtually with certified spiritual companions, scheduling sessions at your convenience, helping you grow closer to Christ. Your first 2 sessions are free. Download the Revive app today. That's REVIV, and then the number 3.
Life's uncertainties can arise without warning. And without a clear legal plan, your wishes may go unfulfilled. Through our partnership with mycatholicwill.com/AVE, you can designate guardians for your children and allocate your assets to the individuals and causes you hold dear. Create your will at no cost from the privacy of your home. This Thanksgiving, take time to prioritize your family's peace of mind. mycatholicwill.com/AVE.
This program brought to you in part by Ave Maria, Florida, a big kind of small town where golf carts take you everywhere and there's always something fun around the corner. Discover championship golf, resort-style amenities, and a town center full of shopping and dining. With Ave Maria University and Ave Maria Catholic Church at its heart, it's a community full of connection and charm. More than 25 model homes are available for viewing. More information can be found at AveMaria.com. That's AveMaria.com.
Very nice to have you with me. Let me jump right to it quick. Steve, he's given up on getting an apology. Hi, Steve.
Good afternoon, Dr. Ray. Beautiful day in Texas.
Tell you what, you guys, this time of year is nice temps, right? 80, 85?
Well, it was a couple of days ago. Thankfully, we've dropped down into the 40s and 50s.
Wow, I didn't know that happened in Texas.
Yeah, rarely.
Yeah.
So
now, yeah, Steve, this sounds really ugly from what you experienced at the hands of your mom and dad.
I was 4. My mother would take 2 or 3 paint stirring sticks, tape them together, and beat them over my head and back until she had broken them. She would take belts and beat me until I bled. At 8, she told me she wished I was dead. My father threw me off a balcony one time when I was 9 and came down the stairs and began kicking me until he had broken 3 ribs and dislocated a shoulder. This is a small snapshot of what my childhood was like. By the time I was 8, I had already begun thinking of dying. By the time I left high school, I was hearing voices. By the time I got into my 30s, I actually removed a vein, but I had taken about 120 Xanax and the heart wasn't into it, and they saved me. So I jumped off an overpass onto a freeway. The cars missed me. I managed to break only a shoulder and a foot. So I drove my truck into a bridge buttress and managed to put the engine on the floorboard of the passenger's compartment. All I did was break my breastbone. Several trips to mental hospitals for the voices and everything else, and 20 years of therapy, and I finally made this long trip. Forgiveness is nothing more than giving up hope on ever having a better past. That's a huge leap. 37 years, I didn't know where my father was. But when I went looking for him after 37 years, I never even brought up what he did. I simply wanted to let him know that I loved him and to hope that he had had a decent life. Now, his choice was to ask me never to contact him again, which was a free choice. But I was able completely to let it go. It took a long time.
What moved you to let it go, Steve?
Well, there was a lot of post-traumatic stress disorder. The fact that they could get the voices under control, that took medication.
And you still are on that with a psychiatrist?
Yes.
Good.
Yes. Okay. I still see demons. I still hear voices every once in a while. Even they said after my 50s, well, I'm well into my 60s.
Well, you've got one big stone. You got one big stone off your shoulder, Steve, and that is whatever torment you were carrying around regarding your past which you couldn't do a whole lot to alter, and to demand at this point in your life that it be different, it would simply just torture you, and it would just add to the biochemical problems going on in your brain. So given that, I think it's a great thing that you found a way to let it go.
It was dedicated counselors. It was holy priests. It was people dedicated to God and dedicated to my well-being. And I saw my way through to the other side. And I'll tell you, forgiveness is a heck of a lot easier way to live than to poison yourself slowly with a lack of forgiveness and a demand for an apology.
Great insight, Steve. Great insight. Thank you, my friend. Something tells me your brain has a lot of working parts still in there. Thank you, sir. Elizabeth, you are in your 40s, decent relationship with your dad, but your dad can be a jerk with other people. Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure. Is he hurtful to you?
Sorry, I think I missed the first part of your sentence.
You said that you're in your 40s and you have a decent relationship with your dad, but he can be nasty to other people.
No, I mean, he is. I don't like to use the word nasty, but he likes to maybe say things to people that make them feel smaller. I'm not sure.
I guess I think that's part of nasty, but okay.
Yeah, I just don't. I want to honor him, and I also don't want to take things in the worst possible way they could be taken. Like my husband has really taught me to give everyone the benefit of the doubt, and to not assume the worst. You know, that's just a beautiful thing about my husband.
Well, you could, let me just jump in here, Elizabeth. You could say something is nasty and still love the person. Yeah, you don't have to say, well, he's not nasty, so therefore I can feel better toward him. No, you can say, well, what he did was nasty, but I still love him. You can do that.
I do love him. Yeah, I really want to have a peaceful relationship, and it seems like sometimes when I feel confident, I've worked through a lot of things with God, forgiveness, you know, we're having a conversation somewhere because we intentionally try to build relationship. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, there's always a comment about two different things about me in particular that get brought up in conversation in front of other people that are just put downs. And I don't understand.
Did you ever say to him, later did you say to him, Elizabeth, hey, Dad, what's your point?
You know, if you do that, then he tells you that you're being too sensitive and that you're taking it wrong. And, of course, he didn't mean it that way.
Oh.
So, you know, there's no point. I don't need an apology. As far as, like, I don't think he's going to change thinking those things. I just kind of wish he'd stop saying them in front of me.
Oh, I wish a whole lot of things.
Yeah, but I guess I'm like, okay, my questions are, why would he, in front of other people, bring up really, like, pointed things about me that he thinks, and I see the look on other people's faces, you know, like, why did he say that?
They're shocked.
Like,
They're shocked that he's doing this.
They are shocked. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it is shocking. And I kind of
he's making himself look bad, Elizabeth, not you.
True, and I realize that. Like, I don't think I've talked to my husband, he's like, it's just not the case, you know, like, you don't have to worry about that. I'm like, yeah, but what hurts is that, like, he wants to do this in the middle of a conversation. What does that mean about our relationship? I thought it was good, but all of a sudden now I feel like it's bad, and he's making me question myself, and I know I don't have to. You know, I have to go through this cycle of, like, wait, I thought we were good, you know?
Well, you are good a percentage of the time. You are good a percentage of the time. But there are things that he does that are inexplicable. You don't know his motive. Maybe he doesn't know his motive. For whatever the reason, maybe he's trying to put you in your place because he feels a little bit threatened by you because you have a good life and you have a good husband and you got a good family and you're a faith-filled person. And you can't underestimate sometimes how people are threatened by somebody who is doing well in life.
I hadn't thought of that, but that actually makes a lot of sense.
Well, thank you. I really like women to tell me I make a lot of sense. I had one tell me that 26 years ago. So this is good. This is number 2. Okay. I'm going to speculate wildly, but he maybe wants to keep you in your place. Because you lead a nice life, maybe a life that he never had, or as he's not at peace with life like you are, so therefore it's a little bit of a verbal slap down. And I think that probably speaks of his feeling of insecurity. Thanks, Elizabeth. I got to run. Hope to see you tonight, guys, over at Catholic University of America. Go to drray.com. They'll tell you how to get there. This is Dr. Ray. Walk with God and apologize to him.
For information on Dr. Ray's presentations, books, and CDs, visit drray.com and follow him on Facebook and Instagram. The Doctor is In is a co-production of Ave Maria Radio and EWTN Radio and carried across the EWTN Global Catholic Radio Network.